back to my channel. Today I have a really exciting video planned, but first I want to introduce our special guest over here. This is Miss Ruby, one of our two corgis, and then inevitably you're gonna hear my other corgi stomping around. Her name is Kiwi, and she's watching us from down there. So if you hear click-clacking around, that's her. So anyways, back to today's video. It is officially in spooky burr season, and we need to decorate a cozy reading space for this fall. So I thought it would be really fun to go through some fall decorations together, decorate this space, make it really cozy, and then maybe we can do some reading and a book review at the end of this video. So let me go ahead and show you the space I want to decorate. First up, we have this lazy boy that Ruby is modeling for us. We do have it covered just by this green blanket because I thought it made it look a little more fall aesthetic, and then we do have this just like brown pillow here. So we have that space, and then over to the right of the chair or the left, depending on, since you're watching it, it'll be to the left. I do have our fireplace, so I figured we can maybe decorate our mantle, maybe put something down here on our fireplace space to make that feel really cozy. And then over on the other side of our chair, we have a coffee table. So we have a lot of great places to decorate. Okay, so let's dig through the boxes here and pick out some of the decorations we want to use. And of course, Ruby is going to demand pets. That's the Ruby tax we must all pay. So a few new things I got this year were these two little critters. This one's a squirrel and this one's a raccoon. Chloe actually picked these out from the dollar store. I think a lot of people underestimate some of the really cute, especially seasonal decor you can get from the dollar store. These were both, I think, $1.25 because the Dollar Tree is not actually $1 anymore, but super cute, and I feel like will make the space feel very cozy. I also picked up these string leaf lights. It's just a really small strand, nothing crazy. I think these were also $1.25. And I think when they're turned on, they'll just make the space feel really special, give a little extra twinkle and whimsy. So I think that'll be a wonderful touch. Now let's go ahead and open up this box. I will say before opening it, I know that there's going to be a mixture of things in here. Probably like standard fall decorations, more decorations that are definitely gonna lean towards Thanksgiving, and then some stuff that's definitely more Halloween themed. So I think all of those decorations I'm going to set to the side for now, and we're just going to focus on fall. So like this, for example, and everything give thanks, that's definitely more of a Thanksgiving situation, so we're just gonna put that to the side. Ooh, I forgot I had these. Okay, so this is light up garland. Let's see if it's still perfect. So pretty. Okay, these will be perfect. So let's for sure put those to the side to put out. Let's see, do we think that this is too Thanksgiving-y? I think I might also put this out. I think it toes the line for sure, but I think that'll be fine. Oh, this guy's cute. This is a cute little dog in like a sweater, so I think that would be really fun. And I thought he had a buddy, so I'll have to see about that. And then a fun little fact about me is I love gnomes. I just think gnomes are so whimsical, and I think it just brings a touch of mysteriousness to decorations without them being like spooky. So these are two of my fall gnomes. So we're gonna have to put these guys out, of course, because gnomes make an appearance in all my seasonal decorations, even in the spring. One of my favorite things to decorate with. Okay, so we got, this is just standard garland. This does not light up. This is just leaf garland. So we'll definitely have to put this out. Guys, I love these colors. So excited. See, I knew we had a little buddy. This is, I think, supposed to be a hedgehog. So we got our hedgehog and our puppy here. Okay, so we're quickly filling up. So I think I can put the leaves on the mantle, maybe another round of leaves right here. What if we put out like just a couple of pumpkins? Let's see, the rest of it we might save for other parts of the house. I think this is a good start. And then we'll put some candles out and stuff like that. So I think we'll be able to make a really cozy little space here. Okay, so now that we've picked out our decorations. Let's go ahead and start assembling things and make this space just feel really warm and cozy. Did you pick out any decorations? She's like, no. You gonna say hi to the video? Ruby. This is Ruby. Say hi, Ruby. Yes. Are you so cute? This is so cute. No, my Ruby girl. Such a cutie girl, huh? Everyone's gonna be like, look how cute. Everyone's gonna be like, look how cute Ruby is. Are you talking? Are you talking? Yes. All right, good girl. So day one of being able to officially use our cozy little reading corner. So the first book I've chosen to read in my cozy corner is a very unexpected fall read, but this is something I actually picked up while I was at Barnes & Noble over the weekend, and my husband picked this out for me. And when I was flipping through it, the story itself actually starts in the month of September. I think it's going to be a perfect early fall read. And that book is Whale Fall by Elizabeth O'Connor. So I had actually never heard of this book before. And like I said, when we were randomly browsing through Barnes & Noble over the weekend, my husband picked this out for me. And he said, I think you should give this a read. And I agreed. Something about the book was just really speaking to me. So we picked it up and I'm already, 80 pages through. It's about 206 pages. So I'm almost halfway through. I'm just going to 100% say now, I don't know how to pronounce this girl's name. I'm not listening to this on audiobook. This is 100% a physical read. So I'm just guessing, but you're just gonna have to go with me on it. In 1938, a dead whale washes ashore on a remote Welsh island. For Maynard, who has spent her whole life in this place, it feels like both doom and a symbol of what may lie beyond these shores. A young woman living with her father and her sister, Maynard can't shake her desire to venture beyond of the beautiful yet blistering harsh island that her family has called home for generations. The arrival of two English ethnographers who hope to study the island culture then feels like a boon, a possible means to escape. She's pulled toward them, reckoning with sensual awakening inside herself, despite her misgivings that her home is being misconstrued and exotitized through their work. With shimmering prose tempered by sharp wit, Elizabeth O'Connor paints a portrait of a community and a woman on the precipice, forced to confront an outside world that seems to be closing in around them. So, like I said, I'm almost halfway through this, and it's definitely a very interesting read. I'm really enjoying it. This is, again, one of those books that when I initially brought it home, I was nervous to read it, but when I give things like this a chance, I'm finding that I just really enjoy them. And I'm sorry if you can hear the click clacking around. That's Kiwi, one of our corgis. She does what she wants, and we let her. She's old, so we don't boss her around. Anyways, so like I was saying, this book is one that I was nervous to read, but now that I've given it a chance, I'm really enjoying it. And it's a pretty quick read, and yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to sit down here in our cozy corner, turn up our fall ambiance music, get some reading done, and let's see how far we can make it through this book this evening. You guys, so we have come to the end of this week's video. I wanted to give a reading update on where I ended up on Whale Fall by Elizabeth O'Connor. So unfortunately, I was not able to finish this book in this video, but sometimes it's just the reality of life. Sometimes you intend to finish a book and things just happen and you can't always do that. This was just one of those weeks, but I did want to go ahead and provide an update on what I've read so far. And then if you would like to know what my final thoughts were, definitely check out my Goodreads, which will be linked below. Check that out, and this will have a review on there, hopefully within the next couple of days, because I am on page, let's see here, 107, and there's only a little over 200 pages, so I don't have that much further to go. So like I said, hopefully I have a full review on my Goodreads very soon. I could probably also post something on my Instagram if that's more your jam. I will also have Instagram linked below. You can check out my review there. So what have I thought so far? So far I have really enjoyed this book. I think the very secluded island with a very small population aspect I think is very interesting. A completely unrelated topic, but I've always been fascinated with Mackinac Island and just how uniquely different of a place that is, because there's no motor vehicles allowed on that island. Everything is bikes or horse-drawn carriage or horseback. And I get a very similar but different vibe from the island described in this book. So I think they said, I can't 100% remember, but I think they said there's like less than 75 people, like maybe even less than 50 people on this island, because most people end up leaving and going to the mainland to find better opportunity work-wise, or even they say a lot of the women leave the island to find better potential husbands on the mainland. So I think that aspect is very interesting. So our main female character, Maud, she definitely has taken on the mother role for her little sister. Unfortunately, her mother did pass away. We don't really know why she's passed away. They do hint at some mental health issues, but it does sound like her and her mom had a very unique and good relationship. It does talk about her dad not being the very overly warm, cozy, comforting dad. Definitely sounds like that her dad has a stronger relationship with the dog, which is interesting. She's definitely taken on the mother role for her little sister. And these two researchers have come to the island. They have hired Maud to basically be like a translator and to help them take notes over their research. And there was a very interesting conversation where they asked her, would you ever leave to go to the mainland? And she was like, I could not leave my sister. So in other words, I think she's 100% staying there just to make sure her little sister lives a good life. And I really like the strong sisterhood aspect of this book. Now, so far, the whale has played an important part, because I think the washed up whale is what drew initially these researchers to the island. But I wouldn't say so far it's played the major role. It's playing a big role, but not like the most important role. So every now and again, she'll mention like the stage of basically decay that this whale's body is in, and how a lot of the islanders thought that this was some bad omen that was, or some sort of future telling thing that the people of the island should just be wary of why that this whale has washed up. People on this island seem to be very superstitious. They seem to be a group of people who are very set in their ways, very set in tradition. And I think that this whale washing up to them was definitely a change in their norm. That's not something that happens to them. So they all kind of thought, okay, does this mean something's about to happen to us? What's also interesting is the people that live on this island, they say are living in a world that's about 10 years behind the mainland. And they really don't know current event-wise what is going on. And they do get newspapers from the people who visit the island or might stop by the island, but the newspapers they get tend to be 3 to 5 weeks behind what's actually going on. So they really never know what's happening in the world as a whole. And actually, this book is leading up to World War II. So things are being hinted at. They're kind of aware that there's issues rumbling, but they don't really know what's going on because they are so disconnected from what's going on with the rest of the world. So I will say overall, I am enjoying this book. I'm really liking it. And if you want to see, like I said, my full review and my rating of this, I will have a review on my Goodreads, and I will try to also put something on my Instagram. That way, no matter which way you'd rather absorb that content, you have options. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week and getting my cozy little fall corner set up. And I'm really looking forward to reading so many great books here this fall season. So if you would, I would really love if you would like and subscribe to my channel and help this little corner of the internet grow. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Talk to you later. Bye.